you made this point about, the perception of the Supreme Court as a possibly weaker Supreme Court than before. And these things have happened in phases. It's not, like I said, there have been such moments and such debates before. The Supreme Court has in the past upheld the emergency, for example, right? So we've had these debates before. We've had these moments before. But isn't the real problem that there is an increasing appetite for A, vigilante justice, B, justice that is delivered actually by the executive? So, for example, if you look at the use of bulldozers today, right? You see bulldozers roll out. And by the way, you've had Congress-led states also now emulating what the BJP had begun. Bulldozers roll out theoretically to actually roll over illegal encroachments or illegal constructions, but almost always dealing with somebody who has committed a heinous crime or is accused of committing a heinous crime. And there's great public support for this, often for this. What do you make of this bulldozer-driven justice?
Yeah, I don't think this bulldozer-driven justice or bulldozer justice has anything to do with the weakness of the judiciary or the so-called weakness
or
of
just
the
how
judiciary.
long it takes for anybody to...
The problem really is the delays in the courts.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. So if a case is going to take so many years, well, somebody says, might as well, hand over justice myself because I think what this person has done is wrong. Now, when you talk about the demolition of properties, what does the state say? Now, I'm not talking about any particular state, but I think all states say the same thing, that this was an illegal construction, number one. Number two, this was an encroachment on public property. That's why we demolished it. All right. Which means that the state knew that this was an illegal construction and this was an encroachment. Why are they not taking any action when they come to know about it? Is it that they suddenly come to know about it when some incident happens? Okay, somebody throws a stone at a procession or something. Then they say, oh yeah, this thing is illegal, so let's demolish it. But if they knew it, why did they not take action earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have this, what we in the legal profession call circumstantial evidence. That a certain event happens and there's a certain follow-up, action taken on the basis of that event.
Yeah.
Put two and two together and you find a correlation. So if somebody goes in a procession and somebody throws a stone at the procession and that person's property is demolished.
Which is what we've actually seen happen recently in Mira Road in Mumbai.
Right. So then you say that, well, the trigger for that was this incident. All right?
Yeah.
Now, how did the state come to know overnight that this was an encroachment or this was illegal construction? Did they know it? If they knew it, why were they silent? Okay. The law of the land requires that before you demolish something, you must issue notice.
Yeah.
All right. That person may say, all right, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I'll demolish it myself. You don't have to take the trouble of sending a bulldozer. I'll do it myself. But that's not happening. That's why this expression bulldozer justice. So that's unfortunate.
The point is that politicians are being voted back into government on the basis of, among other things, this program, right? So you have chief ministers who actually wear this approach as a badge of honor because they see it as an example of how tough and effective they are at containing law and order problems. And the truth is that there are many, many voters who agree with this.
Yes.
What does that make you feel as a judge?
Well, it's a rule of law issue.
Yeah.
The rule of law is being bypassed. Is that good? Okay. If the majority of the people in the country feel that the rule of law should be bypassed, we're heading for anarchy.
What do you feel? Because it's now a very mainstreamed instrument of state response.
Yeah. Well, it's not something that's happening on a daily basis.
No, not a daily basis, but it's not
but,
unusual. It's not rare anymore.
Yeah, but that's wrong. And I think the Supreme Court or the courts in the states, the high courts, should step in. We have all the constitutional courts, that is the high courts and the Supreme Court.
Do you believe the court should step in suo moto?
Yes. I was just going to come to that. Yeah,
Please elaborate.
We have this suo moto jurisdiction of the courts.
So
right?
you believe the courts,
Yeah.
maybe the high courts of the particular state,
Yeah.
any particular state where this is happening, should on their own step in and stop bulldozers as an instrument of state response to alleged crimes?
Yeah. You see, take a particular state, say state A.
Yeah.
All right. There have been 2 or 3 or 4 instances of bulldozer justice.
Yeah.
I think the court, the high court of that state A, can suo moto say that, listen, this thing has happened, 2, 3, 4 times. Why has it happened? We'd like to know. Because if you're going to do it again, there's going to be a problem. So let's have a look into this. And you tell us what happened and why did it happen.
And are you surprised that no court has thought of doing this?
Well, I am disappointed. I'm not surprised, but I'm disappointed, yes.
And you believe that if this becomes a larger phenomena, you actually think that basically it's subverting principles of natural justice.
Yeah, principles of natural justice and the rule of law.